Hello, guys. I'm your host, David, the host of Live, Laugh, and Love, and welcome to the third episode, actually, of Live, Laugh, and Love. At Live, Laugh, and Love, we talk about stories and experiences that make life interesting. Today's guest is someone who is who used to be a close rival of mine, but a really great friend, someone who's always honest with me, and someone that I can just click, regardless if we haven't met, after a couple of years. This person is a fierce competitor, and I value him for pushing himself and myself. And he's just one of the most humorous people in the pool, regardless if he had a bad training session or a bad day. Nhat Minh, how are you doing?
Thanks for having me, David. I'm doing great. Doing great, man.
Mm-hmm. That's great to hear. First of all, yeah, I mean, what time is in Australia right now, and where are you at right now?
It's night. I'm in Melbourne, Australia right now, and it's
Mm-hmm.
currently 9:05 p.m.
Absolutely. Well, it's getting late, so apologies about that first. By the way, it is so good to hear Australian accent because the last time I talked to it threw me off so much, but this
Yeah.
time I think I'm getting used to it.
All right.
By
All
the
right.
way,
Yeah.
so could you tell us how you, like, when you moved back to Australia, when you moved to Australia?
Um, I moved in. It was during the COVID lockdown in Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was December 2021. That was when you guys were in year nine, I think, during online learning.
Mm-hmm.
So I moved. Yeah.
How was that like the transition from Vietnam to Australia? Or is there anything that you were like a bit confused, a bit thrown off at first, but now you kind of understand the whole thing?
I mean, when I first moved to Australia, I was people made fun of my British accent because of
Mm-hmm.
course I was at BIS my
Mm-hmm.
whole life. But I'm lucky to speak English. I speak English well, so communication was pretty easy for me. So moving around was pretty easy. So in
I see.
schools well, people speak English, and yeah, it's just very similar to BIS, just a bit different. No.
Mm-hmm. That's great to hear. Is there any like slang words or like phrases you like learned so you could teach me right now?
Um, people say mate a lot, mate
Mate,
a
yeah.
lot. It's
I
very
so it's
common
like
word.
uh-huh. So is mate
Um,
like a friend or like anybody is a good mate in Australia?
mate, everyone's a
So everyone's
everyone's
a
a
mate.
mate.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
you would
Like a
you would
mate.
walk on the you walk on the street, and then
Hmm.
people would say like, "How you going, mate?" And like it's just yeah,
I see. That's great.
yeah,
Well, we talked about how you moved to Australia. Now let's talk about swimming, yeah, I mean, because you and I, we used to have like this. I don't know if it's a rival because you were always beating me, but we always had this like friendly competitiveness in between us, right? Let's
yeah,
talk about the moments
yeah.
in swim training. How were describe yourself in swim training and describe myself. How we somehow got along in swim training.
First of all, I'll probably describe you. So you're like the reason why I got to swimming in the first place. I remember watching you train with the Korean coach. You still
Hmm.
train with the Korean coach, right?
Still
Yeah,
trainer for now,
and
yeah.
yeah, was you Nam Yoon and I think Dong Hee. You guys would train together, and also Tara, I think. And just
Hmm.
watching you guys train just makes me just like makes me want to like beat you guys, you know, because you guys are like
Hmm.
working so hard in training. And I'll describe you as a very dedicated trainer and very ambitious as well. And at the same time,
Hmm.
you're also a great teammate to have around the pool, very funny, and with all those jokes, you're great. At the same time, we actually in a relay together. We swam with each other a lot,
Hmm.
so I don't really think it's a rivalry anymore. It's just like we're
Mm.
like a team now, like this in France now. Yeah,
Yeah, we squashed our beef a long time. I mean, if I could describe you, I mean, you are like you were like when you were young, back when you were such a like a laughing sunshine. Like it would be like like training would be like 6 a.m. and this kid would be laughing as laughing like every
yeah,
time. So he would laugh in warm ups, he would laugh in cool downs, he would laugh in swim sets. He was a mood maker of the whole group, and was just a great person. And he still is because I've seen like he sent me photos and videos of like his training sessions and like how his training is like, and he's just a walking sunshine. And I can vouch for the fact that this guy is one of the kindest souls that I've ever met.
thank you. That means a lot. That means a lot. Yeah.
No worries.
Nah, I think it's because of the training environment. Like I was so happy to be in training because everyone was so supported. We always help
Hmm.
each other.
Yeah, man, I have a question. Have you been updated with the Paris Olympics?
Oh, I think, man, the pool's like we talked about this. The pool's
Yeah,
like cursed, is it? Yeah,
the pool is cursed. Okay, and
the pool is
have
cursed.
like something's gone wrong in the Paris Olympics. But I wanted to ask you this question: after looking at the Olympics right now, who is the most dominant swimmer of like the current year of this year?
Wait, we have to say Leon Marchand. He is,
Mm,
he is, he is like unbelievable. He
yeah,
I think every event he swam in, he broke the Olympic record. So
hmm,
it's and
it
he
was great.
in I
Yeah.
was also shocked. Yeah, I was so shocked because I remember watching the 200 butterfly, 200 breaststroke. He beat very big names. He beat Christoph Milak from Hungary.
Hmm.
He also beat Saxopi Cook from Australia, and they're both very great swimmers. So happy
Hmm.
for him. He works really hard.
Yeah. I mean, I was about to say the
Yeah,
same thing. Leon Marchand, like at first, it was like people were just talking about him, like how like he's the next goat and stuff. But like
yeah,
I saw like the Olympic highlights and I saw the times.
yeah,
Oh my goodness, this guy is actually like the next big thing. We should look out for him.
yeah. Oh, shout
Yeah,
out to
yeah,
Pan
man.
Chan Lee
Yeah.
as well.
Oh,
46.4 in the 100
world record.
freestyle. Pan
I
Chan
was
Lee.
surprised. I
Yeah,
was surprised
I
when I
was
saw that world
surprised.
record.
Yes, mm.
Yeah. So,
People
oh
say
yeah.
there was sorry, you go.
No, no, it's okay. It's good. It's good. It's good. What were you saying?
Yeah, people were saying like he was doping, but I think it's
I
just
don't know.
nonsense. I think he broke. I think
He wasn't one of he wasn't one of the swimmers that tested positive during like that doping scandal.
yeah,
So I think he's
yeah.
fine. I think
Mm.
it's just yeah
I
he
think it's fine.
yeah Min, we've got to talk about this too. Uh, so tell us the moments that you cherish the most in like the swimming pool. Anything that you really valued in the swimming pool.
If I look back at my swimming career, BIS,
Yeah.
there was this relay I remember. It was me, you, Tara Kwan, and Ben Campbell, and
Mm-hmm.
that was it. I think that team was unbelievable. We actually beat Ishmik that year when they had like Nam Yoon and those all of those fast swimmers. So if I look back my swimming career at BIS,
Mm-hmm.
that's like the event that stood out to me the most, and I'd remember that for the rest of my life. But apart from that, it's the friendships that I made in training. Everyone's so supportive and there for each other, and I think
Mm-hmm.
that's what makes BIS such a like good swimming school. Is like we're always there for each other, and mm,
Absolutely. Yeah, man. uh I just want to talk about that part about the like the positive aspects you received during in the pool, but aside from any health benefits, what have you learned from swimming? Has there been like a valuable lesson that swimming taught you?
well, swimming taught me how to persevere, never give up, because we swimming's one of those tough sports where you have to wake up at 5 a.m. every single, like 3 times a week to go training. And on top of that, we have to balance with school as well. So I think just that aspect of swimming just makes it, just encourages, just like makes me persevere. Like it teaches me how if you want to achieve your goals, you have to keep going and never give up, because that's like the best way to achieve your dreams.
That's that's perfectly said. That is so true.
Mm.
I just realized something. We forgot. So while I was talking about the Olympics, I forgot to talk about a couple things. First of all, have have you seen the Turkish guy with like the gun and hand in his pocket? The
No,
meme.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen
You
that
haven't
yet.
seen this guy? Oh my goodness. Okay, well forget about him. This year's Olympic was one of its sanitary on a side or like a bit more suspicious side.
Mate, I feel like this Olympic, I think there's something wrong with it. To be honest, like I watched the open ceremony, and like didn't they mock the Last Supper or something?
Oh
It's like
my
this is,
goodness.
yeah,
They mocked the
that was
Last
not
Supper.
on. Yeah,
That was
that
not a
was not
cool
on.
thing to do.
Yeah, that was not a cool thing. And what shocked me the
Yeah.
most is it had nothing to do with the Olympics as well. It's
Hmm.
meant to be sport, respect, and like a tradition. So yeah. Mm.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. So we briefly mentioned about this from like the scandal that the Last Supper. I want to know, you're a religious person, and you've actually taught me a lot. I think I remember you taught me how to do grace one time in school, and we would, you would always give me like these like Christian proverbs. My question to you is, how has like
Yeah.
religion helped you for like difficult situations?
Well, I always believe in praying. I think every time I pray to God. I It just helps me relax myself and tell myself that, like, how do I say it? Just trying to find the words. Yeah, just religion has a very big impact in my life. I think having someone like a God to look up to take care of your problems, and especially when you have challenging times, through prayer, it just relieves the stress in your body, makes you feel better.
Hmm. That's really
Mm.
important. So can you also tell us how that like affected you in school, for example, aside from general life? For example, I know a few friends that said that Christian has made them become more calm, like becoming transition to Christian has made them more calmer. They made better decisions. What have you learned? You know, what have you learned from Christian that you applied to school and that possibly benefited you?
What I learned is just to, like, seek God in everything you do, in every
Mm-hmm.
aspect of life, even in school, because when, like, during exams, during tough times, you like definitely reading the Bible, connecting to God, and just makes me feel better, because there's just messages in the Bible that like reflects in your life, and it teaches you how to live, how to be a good person.
Mm-hmm.
So just yeah.
That's absolutely important for sure, for sure. Yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, we've got to talk about FIFA and how that created our friendship in the first place. Because I
Yes.
remember, yeah, we've got a lot to talk about FIFA, but I think it was like like when we first talked to each other, we connected through FIFA, and you're like, "Yo, come to my
Yes.
house, let's play some FIFA, and let's play with
Yeah.
Nerf guns." Because I love Nerf guns, you love Nerf guns back then.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
was the craziest FIFA strategy you remember we used to do?
The crisis. Oh, FIFA back in the days.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, what was the FIFA strategy? I remember
FIFA FIFA
every
16 back
every
then too.
time. Yeah, I think every time I played, if you remember, I played like Leicester City or something. Like they used to have Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy is a
Yes.
striker, and like he just scores all my goals. So The secret is to have a good striker because that's bro.
Mhm.
If you have a good striker, they score all the goals. I'm still playing FIFA right now,
You're still
and
playing? That's so.
yeah, bro. But like not as often because of school and stuff. But
Mhm.
Harry Kane, if I have Harry Kane on my team, I win. I almost win every single game. Yeah,
I see. Yeah, man. Like
yeah,
I remember, like you would like do these celebrations, like you would like turn on your British accent, like somebody from Sky Sports, and be like JB Vardy.
yeah.
You remember? And then
And
yeah,
yeah.
you
And
remember
what's
those
it? Jesse
moments?
Lingard,
Jesse
Marcus
Lingard,
Rashford.
Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial, and you would do it for
Yeah,
Paye. You loved Paye at
yeah,
one moment. You remember?
yeah. Hiya, hiya. I remember doing that.
I mean,
Yeah.
we have to talk about the one time when I first went to your home, right? I put David.
Oh
We
yes.
played a 4-4-2. We put David De Gea and Wayne Rooney as striker.
Yeah, bro.
You
No,
remember that?
I remember that, bro. I remember that, bro. And like,
Uh,
what was funny about it is I had a PS3 at the time.
mm-hmm.
you had like an Xbox, and yours was so much
Yeah, yeah.
better. Mine was a PS3, and the quality was not on, bro. It was like
No.
FIFA 12. It was like FIFA 12 as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, still, I remember like I invited you to my house. We played FIFA on like a Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like the moments like we did in FIFA. We recreated in real life. You remember like third floor
Yeah.
football was like one of the funniest football ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
You remember how like, you just kicked the ball out.
Oh yeah, because like I remember
Kick the ball out of fast.
playing playing football downstairs, and like the fences is really it was really low as well, and
Mm-hmm.
it was because like I try to recreate top bins, top goal corner, and like it just and like the good things like if you aim exactly top bins, it should go out. So like it just that's good practice, bro.
Yeah.
If you want to like practice football, you should go down to the C like level, and like if you want to practice the free kicks, just aim just to know like perfect free kick. The ball has to go outside. That's a perfect free kick.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Oh my! I remember like we had so many arguments because back in our place, remember like
Mm.
if you kick the ball out, whoever kicked the ball has to go down. But like it touches
Yeah, I
someone
remember
and
that.
it rebounds off. That was that was another funny moment.
Yeah, yeah, it was the
Uh,
goalkeeper's fault because like he
Goalkeeper's
pushed it
fault because
out.
they'll knock it out, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was. I remember that. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We've got to talk about like football because I remember were you in part of the teams, the school teams?
I played I played for Bissia football in year five,
Football, football.
but on
You're,
yeah, I think I played with you. You played this
I see.
with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My question
Mm.
is it Messi or Ronaldo? Because back then you said something
Ooh.
else. I just want to know if you remember what you said to me back then your fight with Vicia.
All right. Did you I think at the back in days I said Messi, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Is that true? Yeah.
That's true. That's true. You said Messi.
That is true. But people say hard work beats talent, and I just makes me think of Ronaldo because he yeah, people say he just works really hard, and whereas Messi is born with talent. So I think they're both great players, but now I support Ronaldo because I admire his perseverance and persistence, and he just never gives up. I think that's because he's like for 39 right now. He's still
Mm-hmm,
playing in the Euros. It's just that's crazy.
mm-hmm. That's not that is. I remember like you used to wear like Nemesis shoes. Remember? You you would
Yes,
do like free
Nemesis.
kick competitions and like you.
Yeah,
Oh my! You still play like?
Nemesis.
Do you still play football right now or do you not?
Nah, it's more. I just focus on my swimming right now, and
I see.
not much
That's important.
football. Football's a
Let's
passion.
talk.
I like watching football.
Okay.
So, mm, mm.
So you watch the Euros, I'm assuming.
Yeah, watch Euros.
How was that?
I was I was very disappointed. I was going for England. I was hoping Harry Kane to get a trophy, but
Mm-hmm.
trophy
Oh,
curse, I guess. Mm.
you think it's an actual thing? Because I feel like at this point,
I,
right? It's not a Spurs thing, but it's a Harry Kane thing right now. I don't know.
I agree. I because Bayern Munich, I think they won a
They-
trophy
They've won the
like
league
12
so
years
many
in a row.
times.
Yeah, they
Exactly.
won the league 12 years in a row. And the year he came, they won nothing. So,
Exactly.
hmm,
What's going on?
what is going on? Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, let's
Yeah.
talk about Ultimate Team because we used to bond over Ultimate FIFA Ultimate Team.
FIFA Ultimate Team. All
Do you
right.
remember back then who was like the best striker? Like old names like that we would never hear right now, but they were goated back then. Because I
Oh,
can say like Ibrahimovic, Zlatan. That was a goaded
Ibrahimovic.
card.
Yes,
You remember we used to?
it
Oh
was.
my
It
goodness,
was.
it,
It was.
Ibrahimovic was so good.
It
Any
was.
cards that
I rem-
players you remember that was so good on FIFA?
Ooh. I remember Marcus Rashford. He used to
Oh
be he was a youngster back in the day, and he used
yeah.
to score a lot of goals. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Marcus Rashford was.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. I also realized, right? Like back then it was Marcus Rashford, but it was like once he came out of like the Man United Academy, right? So like when he was in the first team, I
Yeah.
remember like crazy pace. I remember. So that was I remember making
Yeah.
fun of him.
Yeah.
Do you also remember
He used to like
what's
run down the
yeah?
wing all the time, just like score.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You remember we used to have Chiellini and Bonucci as defenders, team of the year, and
Yeah.
Buffon.
Like
Those
yeah,
three were like so good at team. The Italian guys were so
The
good.
Italians, the Italians.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And also remember, you remember like Christian Eriksen team of the year, the day like Spurs were in the
Oh
Champions
yeah.
League.
Yes.
That card was so
Yeah.
good.
And that car was good. And also Deli Ali. Deli Ali.
Oh my god,
Oh my
Deli
god.
Ali was
Yeah.
so good that year. I remember like the Champions League card.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
yeah. Oh my
Crazy.
god. I don't know. I was like as a Spurs fan. Are you still a Spurs fan?
I'm Spurs all the way.
I okay. Well, I remember like I
Yeah.
was like I watched the Champions League highlights right about like 2018-19 I think a season Liverpool and Spurs. I was like so
Mm.
sad, man, because that was like the one time we actually
I
could
was
have
so
gotten a trophy, but we
so
couldn't get a
sad. I was
trophy.
so sad.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Mm.
to be fair, right? It was a hard game, but like still, I still look back to it. One often.
Yeah. I
Yeah, I
don't,
mean,
to be honest,
oh
I don't
yeah.
really think we would never come that close again, like
Hmm.
in so long. So to miss that
Yeah,
opportunity just hurts. Mm.
Pochettino was goaded. I loved him back then.
I
You're
love
like,
Poch.
oh my god,
Yeah.
we felt like Poch was the mastermind and everything.
Like, do FIFA still have those like injury thing where like if you foul
Yeah,
person
they
they
had the
get
no rule
injured?
mode. No rule mode.
Oh yeah,
You could
what?
just injure
Oh
the man.
yeah.
That was pretty
Yeah.
fun.
Slide
Yeah,
tackle was
man.
really fun. No.
So, yeah, side tackle was fun, but
Mm.
also like like coming in like in the like final third. It was like one of the most riskiest
Yeah.
thing, but it's so funny.
Yeah.
You just knock them out.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun. We gotta talk about speedos because I remember you wore speedos to like one of the first trainings back. Like,
Yeah.
what were you thinking, yeah,
Ah.
man? What were because I remember like we were making
Wait,
fun of you before, but like, what were you thinking back then? I wanted to know.
wait. Was this the speedo where like it was like an underwear? It
Yingfa
was really
speedos.
short.
Yeah, like the
Yingfa,
pizza.
yes.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
yeah. Wait,
Yingfa
that's
speedos.
like that's the speedo that like all the Olympians wear. You know that? It's like
Yeah. Did that come? Did
I'm
that
just
come from
cop
you? Oh, okay,
I'm just copying the best. I'm just copying the best.
I see. Did that come from like being obsessed with swimming and seeing people training that?
um
Or was
It
it
was
just like I
it
just want
was
to look at a feeling? Oh,
it was because of um the Leung brothers, Mateo Leung and Alois Leung.
oh yeah, yeah.
They used to wear those. And like
Mm-hmm.
think about it, it's also really easy to put on as well.
It's just like
Like
underwear.
those babies. I'm like you have to like drag them up and like whereas like
Yeah.
those young fellas, you just like put one leg and just pull it up, bro.
Do you still wear them like in swim training right now?
bro, bro I still wear the same speedo, the young
Oh
fellas
my
from
goodness.
from 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 year seven, bro.
Bro, I remember like I invited you to swim training, remember? And did you wear Ying Fuzz that day?
Like
You were
what was this again?
you remember like I invited you to school like and got you to join a swim training session with Coach Koi?
Yes, yeah. I'm one of those Yingfa, bro. Yingfa, bro.
You wore those Ying Fuzz, right? Oh my
I'm
god.
one of
That was
Yingfa.
pretty fun.
Yeah, that was
I
so fun. Yeah,
don't know
bro,
how
it
we
was so
managed to
good.
get you to school.
Bro, I don't know how. Like I, but yeah, I don't know how. Like just things. But like the BIS security should like be careful here, bro. If they let me in, they should like be careful. Like when I'm let, I'll be should be careful,
Yeah.
you know.
We had a big
Don't
problem.
let silly people. You got a big problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
just realized when I asked you about being this person, I wanted to ask you, can you tell us the story of how you got a picture with David Beckham? Because that is like a
Oh,
cool thing to flex, not gonna lie. Can you please tell us like how
yeah.
everything happened?
Um. So my mom worked for the sponsor company AIA, and David Beckham was one of the ambassadors of AIA because
Mm-hmm.
our slogans like healthier lives or something like that. And he at the time he believed in like being healthy, being fit and stuff. So he was one of our ambassadors. So AI Vietnam invited David Beckham to come to Vietnam to do like an interview about health and stuff. And we actually the whole company paid him over like $1 million just
Oh my
from
goodness.
the US to Vietnam. So it was a lot of money. And yeah, because my mom worked for the company, I did like an interview to apply for this interview with David Beckham, and lucky enough, because my English at the time was good, because I was the only one that spoke English out of everyone, so I was lucky, very lucky to be a part of that interview, and I took a photo with
Mm-hmm.
him at the end. Mm,
That's your Instagram
yeah.
like photo right now, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
That's that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I want to
yeah.
ask you, what did you ask David Beckham? Do you remember like like a very interesting episode, like something that happened that day?
Like, oh, when I walked up to him, I was like, yo, David.
Oh my goodness. Did you literally say yo David to David Beckham? Oh my god, yeah
No, I
man.
was joking. Right, oh, no, I was joking. I was joking. I'm fine. I was joking.
Okay.
It's a joke. um,
Oh my
I
god.
was. Imagine that happened though. I
How
was
he's like
so
you're like, yo,
nervous.
what's up, David? How you doing? Just like that. Oh
Yeah.
my god. That'd be one
Oh,
of the funny moments.
no, I was so nervous. And we were actually told not to like go up and like talk to him. We were just told because like I don't know why. We were just told that to do an interview with him, and then he would leave. We would leave. But I kind of broke the rule. I asked for a photo with him, and
Yeah.
I also asked for his signature, which
Yeah.
was like not allowed. So mm, like I didn't get in trouble because like. Mm,
You're a little kid. Like, well, you cannot say no to a little
yeah,
kid.
little kid. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can say it like
It's not
that.
like you're gonna do anything
Yeah,
stupid with it. Yeah. Fair
yeah,
enough. Yeah, man. I wanted to talk
yeah.
about. I had when I had a chat with you about your first day back to school early on. I forgot to ask you what was like the funniest moment you had when you were in school. Like it could be the first week, first day, something dumb happened. If you could share with us, what happened?
Uh, something dumb that happened in first day of school. You said.
doesn't have to be like first day, first month, first week, whatever. But like it just could be
Was
like
this
any
was this
time when you
when
first enter.
was this when I came back to Vietnam for the first time, or like just any school moment? Like,
No, like when you were in Australia.
wait, just like sorry, I might misunderstood. So when I first day in school in Australia, is that what you
First
meant?
week in school in Australia, exactly. Anything funny happened
Oh
on
yeah.
that first
Oh,
day?
um, what do I remember? I remember I was like, because I go to like a Catholic like boys' school,
Mm-hmm.
and most of the kids are white. So I remember just like
Oh.
walking up to one of the kids, and like I was like Asian, so like he was
Mm-hmm.
like he looked down on me, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, what up, mate? I was just trying to fit in,
Okay. Yeah.
trying to fit in, and like that was really awkward. That was the first thing, and then I remember
Mm-hmm.
like one of those teachers who spoke Chinese, and like he thought I was
Mm-hmm.
Chinese, so like he started speaking Chinese to me, and he was like ni
But you're
hao
Vietnamese though.
ma, and those kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm Vietnamese though. I'm Vietnamese, bro. Yeah, so
Oh
like
my god. So your racial
yeah, he started
profile in your
speaking
first
Chinese.
day of school.
It is, bro. I felt racially abused. First of all, that white kid like ignored that the white kid ignored me, and then like
Mm-hmm.
one of the teachers spoke Chinese to me. So, bro, that was not my day. And I was like, then after that day of school, I was like, I want to go back to Vietnam, with all my mates and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So, but
Yeah.
I fit in now, and very happy to be at school now. It's great school and good friends,
That is
made
great
good
to
friends
hear.
there. So, yeah. Mm.
Because I heard like from like students that come into BS from a new school, they tell us that it's a really difficult transition because it's a there's a lot of new things to learn, new people, new teachers, new faces, new everything actually, and it takes a lot
Yeah.
of courage. I heard to like you got to open yourself
Yeah.
up and just get into this community.
Yeah.
hmm
Mm.
Do you
I was
think
I
that's
was kind of
also
lucky
yeah?
because I was kind of lucky
Uh huh.
because at the time it was during COVID. Australia was during lockdown. They had a 2-year
hmm
lockdown period. So that was the first day of school face to face in first time in 2 years. So
hmm
everyone, I was very fortunate because like everyone was new to each other. Everyone didn't see each other in so long. So yeah, I was very lucky because to be joining at the right that time. Very
Because
easy
that
to
so
make
wait,
friends as well.
I see. So was it that?
Yeah,
So school opened 2 years after COVID, and that was exactly the year you went in. So everybody was seeing new faces. So it was
yeah,
like, it wasn't a
yeah,
big problem.
yeah.
I see.
It
I
was not a
see.
big problem. Everyone was,
hmm
yeah, everyone was trying. Mm.
hmm Are you so about school transition? I know that Australia plays a lot of cricket, right? Have you played in PE class
Mm.
before? Are you good at it by any chance?
But I don't play cricket, but I think
No
it's
cricket.
one of the sports that I hate. To be honest, like no
No, my
offense to
god.
Australians, but it's just so one game is like 2 days,
Oh
and
my goodness.
it's just so slow. Like they throw the ball and they hit it, and then like it takes like 1 minute to like get back to like reset and throw another ball. It just takes so long.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Mm.
I wanted to ask you this about like your sports because it kind of relates to everything altogether. Do you have what music do you listen to before like an important sports event?
Before important sport event, to be honest, I don't listen to music before a
No
sport
music.
event. I just, I feel like when I suck in the atmosphere of the crowd, that just hypes me up. To be honest,
Mm-hmm.
because like when like just absorb the atmosphere, enjoy the
You
moment.
take it all
Because
in.
in training, yeah, in training you don't get those like screaming and those chants and stuff. And on race days, you get like those whistles, those like cheering, those chants, and you just gotta embrace the moment. And that's just the beauty of the sport swimming. And
It's scary, isn't it?
yeah,
I wobble. Like I try to like act like I'm like
yeah,
actually like not wobbly, I'm confident, but like I'm like tingling, like I
yeah,
have like back tingles, I'm wobbling, I'm shaking.
yeah,
It is. But
yeah,
like But once after it happens, right? Like let's say like a few weeks go by, you look back at these moments. I think what you mentioned about like taking it all in, sucking it all in. Is I think it's a really important thing because you got to take
It
every
is.
opportunity you can. Mm-hmm.
It is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah,
like
man.
if you have
Oh
headphones
yeah.
in, oh sorry,
Mm-hmm.
you couldn't
No,
you
that's okay.
couldn't
It's okay. Go ahead.
you
No,
didn't
it's
you can't experience like swimming, you know? Just like just
mm-hmm.
imagine like playing like a soccer game or basketball game, just putting headphones on. It's like the same thing, you know, just
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So you feel like wearing headphones is like trying to like ignore it at the same time, but like you would rather take it all in because it's like a one and only chance I'm
Yeah.
gonna get a chance on.
Yeah.
Just might
I
as well
mean
go with it.
yeah. I understand why
Absolutely.
people put it in. It makes them relax. I understand that,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just people each everyone's different. Mm, that's all.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think it's like a ritual where I have to always ask something like a similar question, and that question is, you have three swimmers, regardless if they were old, if they're old swimmers, new swimmers, different strokes, different events, does not matter. If you could train with any three swimmers, who would you train with?
All right. My first swimmer is you.
Oh my god. Okay.
All right. I would love to train with Michael Phelps just to see how like
Just go.
this
You can, yeah.
he's a beast. Yeah. I think all swimmers want to train Michael Phelps, and I got to chuck an Australian swimming there. I would choose Carl Chalmers, best
Ooh.
best freestyler in
Mm-hmm.
in history. One of the best freestylers I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, so no, I wanted to know, right? Is there anything you look forward to life in the future? What do you look forward to? What do you want to do, man? Because we're getting to this age and period where we
Mm,
actually got to start thinking about life after school.
yeah,
And I want to know what you want to do life
yeah.
after school.
Um, right now, my goal is to do probably finance major
Mm-hmm.
at in Australia, University of Melbourne,
Mm-hmm.
and because finance can take you to a lot of different pathway. So I'm kind of still deciding which pathway I'm going to take, but I'm leaning towards
Mm-hmm.
doing investment. That's
Mm-hmm.
I think just suits my personality. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
But you never know.
That's
We always
interesting.
change. We always change. So
That is true.
maybe in the next few years, I might want to do something else. You know.
You
So
never know. You never know what the future has
you
held
never
for
know.
you.
You never know. You never know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I give a period at the end of every like podcast session, right? And I get to give a period where I let the uh, the visitors, the guests, actually give me questions. Do you have any questions you wanted to ask me?
Oh, any questions I want to ask you,
Mm-hmm.
bro? I never expect that that's coming, bro. I never expected that. That's something very interesting. Uh, hmm.
Take your time.
Yeah. I wanted to know that because you earn, I think you have an no, American citizen, right? Citizen
Mm-hmm.
passport. So, are you considering to study abroad in America and probably stay there, or would you
Mm-hmm.
stay in Korea, in Vietnam later on after uni?
Mm-hmm. That's the question I get a lot, but it's really interesting. So I have a American passport and a Korean passport, and I got to decide. I think that's like how the rule works. I got to decide one before 18, and I get enlisted for military service or for South Korea. And
Yeah,
I wanted to, I want to go to the United States, of course, but I don't mind where I go because you said this really well. You never know what life has ahead of you. So, one time I could realize I want to go to the USA. But I realized, hey, it's not the best decision I think I made. I want to go back to Korea where I'm like, usual with everything. And you might think Korea is a better fit, or you might be like, hey, I don't think Korea is the right fit. And like you might want to go to Europe, for example. And I feel like I of course want to study in the United States, but I feel like I don't know where I'm going to be in the next 4 or 5 years. So I want to keep all my doors open. You never know what happens.
Yeah. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll promise you something that we will sit down one day, like again, face to
Mm-hmm.
face, and have a talk. Yeah, that would definitely happen.
Absolutely. We are going
Mm.
to have. We're gonna have. We'll probably be the age of we could drink alcohol now, so we can just meet up
Yeah,
casually. We'll talk to each
yeah.
other and like recap everything we've
We will have a
done. I
beer. We will
cannot
sit
wait.
down.
A
We'll
pint of
sit
beer
down, have a
together.
beer one day. Yeah,
Hmm. It's
for
gonna be
sure.
one fun moment to look back at.
Yeah.
Well,
Mm.
Yamin, do you have any other questions you want to ask me? It's okay if you don't have any.
No, no. I think. Yeah, great interview. I
Hmm.
think I said it. We just said it. We almost covered everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Well, yeah, Min, first of all, thank you so much. It has been my absolute honor to be able to have you on the third episode of Live, Laugh, and Love. You,
yeah,
we've learned a lot. I hope the viewers learned a lot about you, the side of how,
yeah,
people, a lot of people miss you in BIS, yeah, man. Do remember that.
yeah,
Feel free to
yeah.
come back anytime, man. You're always part of this community. Do you have anything you want to say to the viewers or anyone from BIS that might be watching? I mean, any last messages you have for them?
I just want to say that I love you all, and I miss you so much, even, and I I'll see you soon one day.
Greatly said. Well, that
Mm.
was it for the third episode of Live, Laugh, and Love. This was Nhat Minh, and I'm your host, David. I hope you had a great time. We did for sure. Did you have a great time, Yamin?
Bro, I feel like this interview could go on forever. Like we could sit all day. Yeah,
Unfortunately, I wish we could do that.
unfortunately. Yeah.
Well, wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, please make sure you drop in a review and a rating. It allows us to reach to more people, allows us to improve on any suggestions, and it makes our content overall become you know known to a lot of people. Uh, yeah, thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much for watching the third episode of Live, Laugh, and Love, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe too. Thank you so much.